Hello, and welcome to this roundup of my 5 favorite romance novels that I read this month. I'm Olivia, your favorite resource for book recommendations you can easily screenshot, and you're watching Random Olive Reads. You're the Duke That I Want by Lenora Bell is book 1 of the Thunderbolt Club series. This book is a super fun Grease retelling, with Sandrine being the sheltered young miss who meets Lord Dane, pretending to be a simple Danny at the seaside. Lord Dane is typically a scoundrel and a rake, but is really kind and sweet and enjoys the simple things when he's at the seaside. He leaves unexpectedly when his brother is gravely injured and is concerned that he's going to be the heir to the dukedom. Sandrine ends up traveling to London to petition a certain duke to restore an old manor house and is pretty upset to find out that Dane has both lied to her and it turns out he's related to that stodgy old duke. With a new set of lady friends, Sandrine gets to experience more of London adventures away from her overly strict mother, while also continuing to run into Dane. There's lots of interesting plot going on here, with Dane dealing with a blackmailer and Sandrine breaking free from her mother's constraints. This book was a super enjoyable read. Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonham Young is a contemporary standalone romance novel. This one is super funny and emotional. We have a one night stand accidental pregnancy plot. Win and Bo meet at their friend's Halloween party. They flirt, they hook up, and plan on never seeing each other again. 6 weeks later, Win finds out that she's pregnant and needs to rework her whole life plan. When she tells Bo the news, he is surprisingly emotional and supportive. They end up becoming friends with a co parenting plan and eventually move into Bo's house together. This is a slow burn romance as they get to know each other better, and Bo is basically the best, most supportive father ever. There's all sorts of humor as they banter with each other, and it's clear that they're going to be strong partners throughout the book. This was an excellent, excellent read. The Governess and the Duke by Lydia Drake is book 2 of the Renegade Dukes series. Viola is the governess to one duke's rambunctious ward with a long standing crush on that duke's best friend. When traveling with her charge, the teenage girl falls and sprains her ankle, forcing the pair to stay at James's ducal castle. Although James has been hiding away in the country after the embarrassment of a rejected proposal, he finds himself intrigued and attracted to Viola and wondering why he had never noticed her before. Both James and Viola try to fight their attraction to each other at first, being on different social standing, but that doesn't last for too long. Viola's charge and James's sister become fast friends and cause all sorts of trouble, which is really funny to read. When we find out about Viola's past and the secrets that she has been keeping, she is pleasantly surprised by James's reaction. Overall, this was a pretty straightforward social class difference romance, made more interesting by the antics of the teenage ward and sister. The Fake Mate by Lana Ferguson is a contemporary paranormal romance. This is a fake dating Omegaverse story between an emergency room doctor Omega and a grumpy cardiologist Alpha. Mackenzie is tired of her grandmother setting her up on terrible dates, so she lies and says that she's dating someone, specifically the very grumpy and antisocial Noah. When she asks Noah for a fake date selfie in the break room, he counters by asking her to be his fake mate so that he doesn't get in trouble with the hospital board for not disclosing his alpha status. Apparently, being properly mated may decrease the chances of his alpha hormones, causing inappropriate aggression. Never mind that he's on suppressant drugs. We get lots of fun banter here as Mackenzie loves to joke around and Noah has no sense of humor, and lots of steam, starting with casual sex and an unexpected heat cycle. If you're new to reading Omegaverse, this one is a pretty good introduction, and you will find a primer on the terminology on Lana Ferguson's Instagram page. And lastly, we have Taming the Savage Duke by Barbara Russell, which is book 1 of the Victorian Outcasts series. There is chaos and tragedy for everyone involved in this book. Maddie is on the cusp of receiving entry into a prestigious art academy, but an accident involving an overzealous botanist leaves her painting ruined and her hand injured and unable to paint. Hector is the brother of a duke who wants acceptance into his own scientific academy and accidentally injures Maddie in an attempt to collect a rare plant. He feels horribly guilty for her injury and only accepts a place on a South American expedition after Maddie's encouragement. Unfortunately, his ship goes down before he even reaches his destination and he is declared dead. 8 years later, Hector is found alive, having survived alone on an island all this time. While he was gone, his brother and mother had both passed away, and now his horrible cousin is the Duke. Maddie gets involved to assist Hector in regaining his manners and civility to gain his title back. The romance here is slow and sweet and low angst while we work through all of the external struggles that Maddie and Hector have. This book was action packed and kept me enthralled the whole way through. Thank you so much for watching this video. Links to these books are in the description box. Like and subscribe to get updates, and you can follow me on Instagram at randomolive.